All right, so today we're going to talk about the promo poster project. The promo poster is a large assignment. All of the projects are for this class. All projects will represent roughly 10 to 25% of your entire 6 weeks grades. They are big, they are important, you need to pay attention to them. All of your projects need to be worked on daily. If you're done with an assignment a little early, you should be working on your project for the day. You will have projects that run for about 2 weeks steadily. There will always be an open project, so you'll never be bored in this class. You'll always have something you can be working on. So our first one is the promotional poster. What is the promo poster? So let's look at this assignment real quick, if you will, look with me. The promotional poster is a poster that is designed to give information off to somebody else. So the goal is to inform the public of something. So the goal of this project itself is that your client, me, is looking for a promotional poster for an event. You get to choose the event. This never happens in the real world. Your client tells you the event, but you get to pick the event here. That event can be anything under the sun. You can pick the World Series, the Super Bowl, you can pick a concert or a sneaker convention, anime convention or Comic-Con. You can pick anything that you would pay money to go to. It doesn't even have to be real. We can have a party on the moon, you know what I'm saying? Anything can be a poster. Whatever you want to do, but people have to pay to go to it. That's the key, okay? So, for you to pick your event, think outside the box. The most interesting ones I've ever had are ones that are very odd. You know, I had one kid do a poster that said, "Come meet God. He's in the corner behind Zaxby's." Weird, but cool. It was a neat looking poster. I had one kid do a fishing contest for the Gordon Fisherman. You know, the frozen fish sticks? I don't know, but it was a cool looking poster and it was different. I appreciate that. Now, in your weekly breakdown or in your project breakdown, you'll see the information about the size of this document. You're going to have to create your document. If your size is off, you're going to lose a lot of points. You need to make sure it's the right inches, 15 by 20 inches for the promo poster. The right color mode. CMYK is where we're going to live in this class. So cyan, magenta, yellow, black. You need to be on that constantly. Resolution for this project is 150, which means if you're going tall, 150 pixels per inch by 20 inches tall, you're going to need images that are almost 3,000 pixels. I'll show you how to look for those images in a moment. To turn this in, you don't do that until the due date, first off. Don't turn this in until the due date. And the format is PSD and JPEG. Down below, it shows you what to turn in, how to turn it in, step-by-step processes of how you will turn this in. And then you have your main requirements, what your ad should include. The name of the event, the time, date, location, cost, contact. Those right there, that's 30% of your grade. Underneath that, techniques I should see. Layer management, which we haven't gone into and we will. Layer masks, type layers, blend modes, adjustments, layer styles. We've done all of this in class at this point. You should know what all of those are. All right? We'll look at the examples in a minute, but I want to point this out. This is a 100-point assignment, and you are only allowed 2 attempts. Let me repeat that, 2 attempts on this assignment. If you turn it in on the due date, you can turn it in one more time, anytime in the 6 weeks, to get your grade fixed if you didn't like your grade. However, if you're turning in the wrong file to this, you're going to eat up your attempts. If you turn this into this assignment and it doesn't belong to this assignment, if this is a screenshot from the weekly work and you turn it in here, you're going to lose your attempts. Be very careful. Below is a rubric exactly how I'm going to grade this. Did you create a promo poster? Some people don't. They don't promote any event. They just make a McDonald's ad. That's 10 points right there. And then you can see everything down the way is 5 points per. Look at your rubrics. Check your rubrics. It's all right here. Okay? My only assignments that are this long are projects. The only ones with rubrics are projects. Make sure you're only turning in projects to the project assignments, or you're going to lose out. If you submit 2 screenshots to this by accident and don't turn in your promotional poster, you get a 0. If I was your client and you were sending me random emails, I would be upset. So let's look at some of these examples here. I'm going to pop this over. Whoop, there I am. All right, so you can see this kid did an anime expo. He's got the time, the date, or he's got the date. He's got the location. He's got some information about it. He's got contact information. He's missing some important information. I have no time on this. I have no cost on this. That means he lost 10 points right there. It looks good, but he lost 10 points. This student put a lot of work into this, and it looks like he's got everything I asked for. Remember, at the end of the day, you're required to have 5 images on this. If you stick to 5 images, that's fine. But I'm going to grade very strictly on everything else. If I see you doing more and more images like this guy, he's got a bunch of images all over the place. If he forgot his date, am I going to argue with that as much if he's done way more Photoshop work than your average student? Probably not, right? So put in that extra effort. I will respect that every time. That being said, you still need to follow what the project is, right? So it still has to be a promotional project, okay? So that's the basic breakdown of what this looks like. Now with your promotional poster, in fact, all of our Photoshop projects, you're gonna have critiques. Critiques are very specific, and you need to make sure you do your critique right. You're not gonna create one promo poster here. You're gonna create 3. They're gonna be rough drafts. I find that clients, when I show them one poster, point out everything wrong on it. They don't look at anything they like. But if I give them 3, they're going to point out what they like about this, what they like about this, what they like about this. And they'll choose things, and you'll see what they're looking for. You can take what they like from 1, 2, and 3 and put them all together into one poster. So that's why I do what we do here. So you're going to create 3 rough drafts. They are due about 3-4 days before this promotional project. That assignment is called your promotional posters critique. The critique is equally as important. It is a project grade. It's 60 points, not 100, but it's still a project grade. You have to turn in 3 rough drafts. All I need are JPEGs. Down here below, I show you how to create the JPEG. I need you to explain what you did in 4 sentences. What's your poster about? What'd you do? What'd you Photoshop together? You need to add your pictures of your JPEGs. Follow this instruction on how to put your pictures in. If you don't do it right, I can't see them. And then you're to critique your classmates. Reply to 5 other students. And those replies need to be nice. They shouldn't be mean, We need to be constructive in our criticism, not destructive. So each critique should have 3 things that you like about the design, 2 things that you think they could do better on, and 1 vote for their best one out of the 3. You follow? If you have any issues with this, look at what other kids have done and see if you can kind of match up a little bit. Talk to your classmates, maybe they'll understand a little better. So you have to attach the images, you have to reply to your classmates. And if you've only got 2, then you get a 40 out of 60. Attach the 2, do the critique, but know that you're getting a 40 out of 60. If you've only got 1, 20 out of 60. It still beats a 0, right? So, with the project, we're going to have a doodle today. Today's assignment is to doodle out your ideas. This is your assignment for the doodle. The goal of the doodle is for you to draw on a piece of paper the lines that I have right here. Or if you have a printout, use the printout. What you're going to do is you're going to write on the left-hand side of this word dump about 20 words that relate to your subject matter. So if you chose World Series, you're going to think baseball, baseball bat. You're going to think umpire, masks, catcher's gear. You're going to think lights in the outfield, hot dog, hamburger, people yelling, people spitting, right? Dirt, cleats, bases, every word I can think of that relates to baseball, I'm going to write right here. Okay, in the keywords section, I want you to write out the 5 most important details you think I just said about this project. You can read back through this if you'd like. What do you think are the 5 most important things about this project? I would look in this area just a little bit. Once you've got that, you're going to doodle out what it is you want to create. Your doodles don't have to be complicated. Remember, stick figures and squares are perfectly acceptable. This does not have to be complicated. Stick figures show me where people are, squares shows me where objects are. Write what the object is in the square and I'll get an idea of what it is. I'm going to draw out some very basic things throughout this. For example, if I was to make a Rolling Loud poster, let's say I was making Rolling Loud, I would just draw a circle in the middle here. Maybe that'll be a cloud. I'll have 5 people going off the top, right? I can have lights and the stadium down at the bottom. I can show you where I'm going to put my words at the top or my words on the arena, whatever kind of floats my boat. Right here you can see kind of a stick figure of J. Cole. That's not acceptable. That doesn't show me where your words are going to go or where your 5 other images are going to go. So I need you to show me more than that. The goal of this assignment is that none of these doodles look like each other. If they start to look like each other, then when you go to design them, you're going to design things that look very similar, and I don't want you to do that. You're drawing out 4, but you're only creating 3, which means whichever one's your ugliest one or your goofiest one or the one you just didn't like, draw an X through it. You're not doing that one, all right? You're going to create the other 3 in Photoshop as your rough drafts. You're not going to have a lot of time on this, so you're going to have to move quickly, all right? We're going to pick your best one out of the 3, and that's going to be the one you turn in for your final project, the one that's actually the promo poster project. Don't turn anything else in there until we get that final one done. You'll know when the due date. It'll say it all over that day, all right? So once you've got this doodle done, you can hit F4 if you're on a Mac. That's not the letter F and 4. I mean right at the very top of your keyboard, F4, right up here. Whoop, there it is, F4. And you can go to where it says photo booth. And you can just kind of hold up your piece of paper in front of the camera on your computer, kind of like this, and take a picture of it, all right? And then you can drag that picture to today's assignment. If that confuses you or you have issues with that, take pictures with your phone of it, put it on Canvas online, all right? A couple of other things to note real quick. When you're searching in Google, I need you to look at Google in a completely different light. For example, if I go to Google right here, I don't want you searching right here for images anymore, all right? I want you searching in a different way, in a different light. Let me get this off here. I want you to go up to images right here. I'll blow it up so you can see it. So you're in Google Images. You can type the words you want, whatever it is, and then I want you to notice this gear up here. Right here there's an option that says Advanced Search. Click on that Advanced Search. This is where you search for everything in this class. The pictures you're going to need are large, all right? And if you're over here in the regular settings, these images are not large. Most of them are relatively small. I told you to fit this document, you're going to need something 3,000 pixels by 3,000 pixels. You're going to need a big image, all right? So searching for things this way is not going to do it for you. You're going to have to go to these quick settings, Advanced Search. In this Advanced Search, you can type whatever you're looking for. So let's go with LeBron. Where it says image size, I'll change this image size to be bigger. Notice you can kind of scroll down and see different options. For this project, I'd say anything under 8 MP isn't going to cover the whole document. You don't need to cover the whole document with every image. But if you want an image that's going to cover the whole document, 8 MP. Advanced Search, click on it. You see over here, I'm getting very large pictures of LeBron. Now, if I pull that picture off and it says WebP, it might work in Photoshop. No promises. If you pull it off and it says download, that's a thumbnail. This isn't the real picture. This is a small version of that big picture. You might have to go to the website and find the image there. You might find an AVIF file. If you find that, it's going to open up in Camera Raw, and it's not going to be any good to you. So don't use those either. You're looking for files that end in .jpeg. The bigger the image that ends in .jpeg, the better it's going to be. So that's what you're looking for. That means you're not going to get every image that you want. So keep that in mind. Work with what you've got. Finding images is the hardest fight in this class. A good website to go to is pexels.com. If you're not looking for something specific like LeBron, you can find it here. You won't find the images of LeBron, but you'll find images of basketball players. Do you need LeBron, right? So today, make sure you've got that doodle done. Turn that doodle in to me, and I'll be glad to see what your ideas are. If you've got it done, start working on your 3 posters. You got all the time until the due date. So every free moment you got in class, you should be working on that project. Good luck.